Hello, fans. Conspiracy Truth Paranoia. This is Vivek Ramaswamy talking, obviously, at a little event here. Talking about real, complicated issues, and obviously, he's mentioning China, Xi Jinping. Now, this is what gets me. The LGBTQ community. You can be what you want to be. We don't care what you are. That's fine. Do what you want to do. It's America. You can be who you want to be, do what you want to do. But I am so tired of this one person, or this very small percentage of America that just happens to be the loudest and the most obnoxious bunch of people. Here you have an event with, probably hundreds of people here to listen to, complicated things that need complicated solutions. And yet, you always have to have some windbag in the audience, screaming about something that means nothing to what they're even there about. So that means that person literally went there just because they think they know this man, and they think they know, oh, he's anti-LGBTQ, he's anti-everything, this and that. Listen, you are a small percentage of America. You do not have privilege over Americans. You don't get to just decide every single thing and get your way on everything. When you're a kid, you can't get that toy, no. These people need to be told no, okay? It's time for these people to be quiet, and we need to start telling them this. Otherwise, they're just going to keep doing it. We've been putting up for way too long. You don't see Americans out there, Christians out there saying, we're going to put God in school. They took God away from school, and I guarantee there's a lot more people that love God and Christians, way more than there are LGBTQTers. We didn't get our way, did we? No, they took God out of school. But now we're supposed to be okay with you wanting our kids to be taught transgender issues when they're in first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, all the way through school? And then now you want your, men that now have claimed to change over to be a woman to now play in their women's sports. So that very small percentage, probably 0.05%, is now going to change the world for the 99.5% of the women. So now 99.5% of the women have to put up with this, 0.05%. That doesn't seem right? Doesn't America go by, we vote for things and the majority rules? We don't allow one windbag to ruin everything. Vivek's there to talk about complicated things. These people are worried about the country, worried about China. We're worried about wars, the 2-3 wars that are going on all over the world. We're worried about our border. We're worried about our schools. We're worried about our jobs and economy, our livelihood, our lives. And this windbag, well, let me let you hear it.
I'm going to sit across the table from Xi Jinping. Give me the hard questions.
LGBTQ.
What's up?
You heard me.
I actually didn't.
LGBTQ.
Yep, what about it?
Yeah, you just said there was nothing about transgender.
Yeah, so how about this? I give you the mic, and we hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to answer you, and you'll hear what I have to say, what everybody else here has to say. Does that sound like a good deal?
I don't need the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Speak louder.
Well, stand up. Tell me your name.
Yeah, louder, yeah.
And state your question.
My name's Alexis Case, and I grew up here
Okay.
in this town. LGBTQ is a serious situation
Oh, shut
in
up.
this world today. There are children that get bullied because they are gay, they're lesbian.
I get
they're
bullied. People get bullied all the time. For all different things.
Okay. You're welcome to have it.
Oh, you don't want a mic now.
You get to ask your question. But
After
after
you
that, you're
ruined
gonna
the
give my
entire
answer.
meeting.
So I'll let you finish.
Turned it into you.
What is your stance on LGBT?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Good.
let's make it about you.
Thank you for your question. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to go into a level of depth that I don't usually go into on a campaign trail, but I'm going to do it because you asked the question. You deserve an answer.
So here we go. We're going to her now. Just her.
LGBTQIA, there's so many letters, they've just added a plus at the end. That's where we are now. What's going on? So the same movement, because if we're going to call that one thing, let's play it fair. The same movement that said that the sex of the person you're attracted to is hardwired on the day you're born. That was the premise of the gay rights movement, for it to count as a civil right. That movement is now saying that your own biological sex is totally fluid over the course of your life.
Hypocrites.
You can't believe both those things. Well, I think I'm going to get to a deeper say. That's where I was about a year or two ago, but I think there's something deeper going on, and I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, she's flipping out. Oh, yeah.
So the
Oh,
same
yeah.
movement, and by the way, let's think about the feminist.
She's going to
women's
follow that
rights
man
movement
home.
in this country, which said there's many ways to be a woman. You can have long hair, short hair. You can wear a skirt. You can wear jeans. Now says that, if actually you want to behave a certain way, that means you're a man. So I think that the hypocrisies go all the way down, and I'll tell you what's going on. You can't believe both of those things at the same time if you're operating according to principles of sheer logic. But you can if you're adopting a faith, a cult-like belief system. So, this is controversial for me to say, but I'm going to tell you what I think. I believe that transgenderism specifically is a mental health disorder.
Yep.
I believe it's a mental health condition.
Okay.
Nobody cares what they think.
Well, no. We're going to finish this. This is good. We have to have open
She
conversation
does look like
in
a
this
mental
country.
health case.
But I don't think the
Not a
compassionate
fucking
thing to do.
mental health disorder.
Oh, look at her.
That's how they fucking feel.
Well, let me.
She's
I'm
an
gonna
idiot
give you a
walking
chance to
out of
respond
there.
if you'd like.
She's the only one
We
acting
can't have an open
insane.
debate in this country if we're not able to state our
That's
views.
how they feel.
That's how they feel.
You are
and
a
you
mental
know what?
health
I'll tell you a story, and you
case.
deserve to hear this. I met two young women in this race about 6 months ago. Their names were Chloe and Katie, two young women. They're in their 20s now. Both of them had their breasts cut off. One of them had her uterus removed.
Okay.
They're in their 20s. They regret that decision. One of them wants to have kids. She'll never have kids. The other one will never breastfeed her children. They'll never be the same because they had that done to them when they were teenagers. So no, when a young person shows up and says, my gender doesn't match my biological sex,
Let 'em talk,
they're
lady.
asking for help.
But you just said 20.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
They happened to them when one girl was 13 when it happened to her. She's in her 20s now and regrets it. This is what's wrong in this country. We will look back at this and say this was barbaric that we allowed this to happen in this country.
Amen.
That is not compassion.
No, it's not.
That is cruelty.
Yeah.
And so I don't think the right thing to do is I'm not going to villainize those people. You don't villainize people who are going through suffering, but you have to be willing to say when a kid shows up and says my gender doesn't match my biological sex, you have to be able to say what else is going wrong at home? What else might be going wrong at school? Get to the bottom of what's going on. Help that person with compassion, with dignity. So my view is this, if you're an adult, you're free to live your life however you want as long as you're not hurting somebody else.
I'm starting to wonder
If
if
you're a
this
man,
is
you
a
can dress how
setup.
you want. If you're a woman, you can dress how you want. Identify how you want.
she was a
We're a free
setup.
country, and I'm not going to stop you. But kids are not the same as adults.
But it's true,
And we
though. They
have
do
to
act this
protect
way,
our
though.
children.
Whether it's a setup or not.
And I'm going to go further than
Whether
that.
this is a setup or
We
not.
can't change the way that women and men compete in sports.
mean, I've seen
we
it my
can't do
hand.
that.
I've seen it
we
myself.
can allow you to live your life the way you want to.
Right. Live the
But
way
we
you like.
can't
Right.
change the way that we operate
Thank
in our
you.
own life. And I'm
Thank
going to
you.
finish this thought, and then
Common
you get to
sense.
respond.
Thank
Because I
you.
think this is good. We don't do this enough. Open debate. I love this. I think what we've had in our country before
The only problem
is
is nobody
tyranny of
else
the
is talking
majority,
except her.
and that's what we worry
It's
about.
all about her now.
But right now, we don't have a tyranny of the majority. What we have in this country right now is a tyranny of the minority.
Yes, yes.
That's what we have right
Yes.
now. A tyranny of the fringe minority that tells you to shut up, sit down, and do as you're told. No, we have to stand
That's
for
right.
what is true.
That's right.
And so I promised you, you'll have a chance to respond. I'm going to keep my promise. You tell me. This is good. We don't do this enough in our country anymore. Open conversation. Tell me.
I was a child when I knew that I was gay. Not the fact that I wanted to change my gender, but living here in this town, I knew that I wanted, that I was a lesbian, that I was attracted to people.
Okay. So?
And you know what's...
But I had to hide it.
No, you
And
didn't.
when did you grow... When was that? In the 90s?
Oh, no. Let's see. I came out when I was 19, so I was born in 1983.
So I think where we are now, we're in the similar generation. I think things today aren't what they were. I grew up in Ohio in the 1990s, and we're in a different place today. And I think this could be a very productive conversation. I don't get to do this in the campaign trail often, where we all are in our own echo chambers and silos. So it's good for us to talk to each other. I like that. Something funny's happened, I think, in the last few years in this country with the civil rights movement. It's right when we get to closest to the promised land of true racial equality that we then start obsessing over systemic racism. It's right when we get to the point in our national history where whoever you are, you can marry who you want, where you want, if you want, whatever gender they are, that we start then obsessing over the sexual identity revolution. You know what's actually funny right now is many people who are lesbian or gay are being taught to say that, hey, if you're a woman attracted to a woman, you're not a woman, you're a man. So that's the transgender movement. The L and the G, first of all, don't have that much to do with each other. The G and the T don't have as much to do with each other.
Activism,
but
it's all
we're
it
clubbing
is.
all of these things
Divide
up to
us.
create more division.
Tired of this
I hate
activism
the term
crap.
persons of color. You want to know why? You take 100 different cultures, combine them into one thing that's designed to be opposed to this other thing we call white. And so the way I view this is, you are free to live your life
Thank you.
the way you wish to.
And nobody's
as long
stopping
as you
you.
don't hurt anybody else in return. And I'm free to do the same thing too. But that doesn't mean we change the way men and women compete in
That's
sports.
right.
That doesn't mean we change the way men and women... I don't think that just because you identify as a man doesn't mean that you're entitled to a trophy. Do you agree with me on that?
That's different.
You agree with me on that?
I get you. I get
You agree with me on that? All right.
That's different.
Because men shouldn't be swimming with women in women's sports competitions. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's different.
That's what I'm talking about,
100%,
right?
that's
And so that's what I'm saying is it's not all the same thing, right? And so we got to respect people and treat them
Okay,
with
so
dignity.
she got her feelings
Every
hurt.
one of
Now
us
she
is
feels
different.
good. Yeah. Okay,
But
but
all I'll say
now
is kids
can
aren't
we
the
get
same
back
as
to the
adults,
meeting
and if
now?
we can agree on
The
that,
meeting that we
then
were
I think
supposed to
at least
have with
made
the
some
other
progress tonight.
99
We'll have
people.
a step forward. So thank you.
So, thank you, Vivek, for finally pointing, some common sense out to people. I mean, but again, yeah, you did point out the minority. There's 100 other people there that had to listen to this lady rant for, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And, they came there to hear about solutions and problems. And there's always a windbag in the crowd that's got to get all, emotional about their own little issues. And it's starting to make it to where it's really getting out of control. So thank you for finally, putting some sense into this LGBTQT stuff. We don't care what you are, be who you are, but don't expect us to dance around you all day and do things that you want implemented. This is America. We all be who we want to be, and we don't push anything to make other people do what you think or want. Okay? We don't do that. This is America. We focus on merit, hard work. That's why America is great. We work hard. You're rewarded if you work hard, and you study hard, and you do great things. You work. Your mind's working. Everything. That's what you're rewarded on, and that's how you get ahead, and that's how you have self-love. And that is all I have to say, everyone. Please subscribe, like. I'm very new still, so I could use the subscribe or the likes. I'm trying to get better, one step at a time. Have a great one, and God bless you all.